Watch what you bet. The red hot Spurs taking on the Warriors Monday night. Take a look at the lines right now. Spurs currently getting 2.5 at home, and we updated that total to 225.5 money line split minus 135 plus 115. 8 p.m. tonight on ESPN. So if you're not interested in watching Quinnipiac and NJIT in the CIT, get some pretty good NBA basketball. Warriors 28-39 on the season against the number. We've talked about that repeatedly here on that betting show. But the Spurs, Teddy, 39-30 against the spread in all line games, 7-1 against the spread as a home dog.
Sure, but the Warriors on this road trip, 2-0 straight up, 2-0 ATS, and they've beaten Houston and Oklahoma City. So there's no question that we've seen Golden State after some pretty embarrassing efforts and some pretty less than stellar efforts. You know, the loss to Phoenix maybe at home was the worst of the bunch, but we're seeing Golden State step it up a notch. You know, Draymond Green, it's coming at the right time. To expect a team to do it in game 10 or 20, you want to, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. From all indications, by the way, Kevin Durant is supposed to go for Golden State this evening. That is not 100%, but that's the latest information I have as of now. But all that being said, with as well as the Warriors have played and with the fact that they may have just flipped that switch, San Antonio, they flipped a little bit of a switch, 8 wins in a row. They've beaten 5 teams that are playoff squads at the season ended today during that span, 10 straight wins at home. They're a season best 12 games over 500. They've had success against Golden State on this floor. We talked a minute ago about what the kind of defense they're playing, best defense in the NBA during this 8-game winning streak. DeMar DeRozan, it's been great. We got to keep it up. Got to continue to be consistent. We've got to be able to lean on our defensive effort every single night before our offense, and that's what we've been doing. No surprise here if this ends up being a relatively low-scoring affair. Like I said, I agreed with the early line move towards the under. Wouldn't talk anyone out of betting it in that direction.
Yep, probably capping a lot of these NCAA wagers for later in the week. But Teddy got a good doubleheader here tonight. Taking a look at the Pacers and the Blazers. Pacers looking to hopefully get into that top 3 and knock off the Sixers, only a game and a half back currently. 10:30 p.m. tonight at the Moda Center. If we're looking at Indiana, Teddy, 35-34 against the spread on the season. A lot of turmoil in that lineup, injuries there. 12-14 against the spread as a dog this year. But Portland's been making money all over the place. 39-30 against the spread on the season. 25-15 against the spread as a home favorite, and 17-12, Teddy, against the spread as a home favorite. So I don't know how that just came up twice as that, but hey, makes sense. They're making money. We'll correct it there.
Exactly. We're human. We're human on every show. Thank you for dealing with our foibles. All that being said, we talk about this Indiana Pacers team now sitting in the 4 seed and hanging on to the 4 seed. 1 game out of the 3 seed. They're also 1 game out of the 5 seed. And trust me, Boston's coming for Indiana. It's not going to be easy for the Pacers to get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. All that being said, this is not, Portland just suffered CJ McCollum has a knee injury. Don't know how long he's going to be out for, but here's a quote from Damian Lillard talking about the former All-Star and a guy who is instant offense at times for the Blazers. You know, that's a big blow. He's a guy who plays a huge role for us. It's a big part of the team. We definitely have guys who can come in and make up for the scoring by committee, but that means they won't be in the role they're usually in. Either way you slice it, you're going to lose something. We're going to have to lean on each other a bit more. Now, we talking Rodney Hood, we talking Seth Curry, we talking Evan Turner. Coach Stotts has some guys to fill McCollum's spots, but it's a loss for Portland. And again, they're not as good a team today as they were last week at this time. But, of course, it's a Pacers team that, they're giving themselves chances to win, and they're not taking advantage of it. They rallied from 11 down to tie it up against Denver the other night and then lost on a bucket at the end. Here's a quote from Thaddeus Young. Whenever you take an L, it's just tough, but especially in the situation we're in right now, trying to fight for home court advantage in the 3rd spot in the East. Bad reads, bad execution, problems during crunch time for Indiana. That does not give me a ton of confidence in the Pacers to win this game or to come close enough to cover in Portland tonight, even without CJ McCollum on the court for the Blazers.